Wii U was certainly one of the consoles of all time. Now, I love the console, but something that YouTubers love almost just as much is dissecting the console's failure. I'll leave it to the sea of video essays to cover the in-depth reasons, but one of the reasons for the Wii U struggles was its release period. Being released mid-generation, the Wii U set the precedent that a lot of its third-party games had already been available on earlier consoles, yet were still being charged full price. Considering this was Nintendo's attempt to get gamers back into their market after appealing to casuals with the Wii, you can imagine they usually owned most of the games. Usually Nintendo's pitch would be that the Wii U gamepad features would make the game a new experience, aka we added a mini-map, please give us $60. The second strategy was a little more compelling. Nintendo would actually give permission to the third-party developers to use their IPs for unique crossover material exclusive to the Wii U version. If you read the title of this video, you won't be surprised to learn that one of the crossovers that Nintendo had was with Scribblenauts, specifically Scribblenauts Unlimited. Normally, any copyrighted material is forbidden from the Scribblenauts notebook. No, you can't solve puzzles using Timothée Chalamet. However, in the Wii U version of Unlimited, you can summon several Mario and Zelda characters and objects. Now, these do come with some caveats. Nintendo knew what would happen if you had unlimited reign over these objects, so you can't stick adjectives on anything Nintendo. As you can see here, Mario will never be able to finish that philosophy degree. Similarly, no matter how appropriate, no Nintendo item will ever directly be the solution to one of the game's puzzles. You can see here this vendor is not parting with any rope, lamp oil, or bombs, even if you have enough rubies. And finally, while not completely oblivious to their surroundings, the Nintendo items will ignore things a lot more than other NPCs. In an effort to introduce realism into the game, most Scribblenaut NPCs get worried when they see an active bomb near them. For a Koopa, however, it's just another Tuesday. Even with that though, a lot of effort went into these crossover items. The Goomba is a great example, as the Scribblenauts team actually ported over the ability to defeat them just by jumping on their head. They're actually kind of more pathetic than usual because anything, and I do mean anything, that falls on their head wipes them out. They've got other Mario enemies too, including that aforementioned Koopa, Shy Guys, Chain Chomps, and Boos. The Boos even shed their fear of being looked at. They'll still follow you if you have their eyes on them. They traded that fear in place of their immunity to bullets, so up to you if that's a good trade-off. Of course, no Mario enemies would be complete without their number one op, Mario himself. Along with his brother Luigi, they're both pretty in-depth characters. If there are any Mario enemies around, they will go fight them on site, and I just must say this running animation is fantastic. If I saw somebody like this on the streets of New Jersey, I wouldn't even bat my eye. And in a nod to some of the more spin-off appearances, they'll go towards any cart they see and start driving it, and even pick up any sporting equipment around, which is pretty cool because it means you can play a friendly game of tennis with Luigi. No, that's not how you play that sport. Honestly though, this still isn't the worst Mario Tennis experience on Wii U. Princess Peach is also in the game, and if she's around, the Mario Brothers will be very protective of her. Basically makes her the key of getting the Mario characters to interact with other people. You can spawn Toad too, and he sure is here. And you can't forget about Bowser, who is comically large in this game. Seriously, I am impressed that he finds a way to actually fit into a cart. Naturally, Mario and Bowser will fight if they see each other, but it's incredibly one-sided on Bowser's part. It's almost hard to believe the guy that did this is also going down as easily as this, but at least you can manipulate Bowser's destructive tendencies to solve some puzzles if you really want to. I'm sure that Starite was worth the cost of Mario's life. He gets stars, he gets it. On the topic of stars, there are a couple items you can give to Mario to make the fight a little less pathetic. You can spawn a super mushroom, and if somebody eats it, they'll turn big, but not quite as big as if they were given a mega adjective. Even cooler is the Superstar, which actually gives its trademark Mario invincibility power-up, along with the associated music and speed boost. It'll kill Nintendo enemies, but only Nintendo enemies. The general public is still safe, for now. You also had the Fire Flower at your disposal. Mario and Luigi will turn into their fire forms, but everyone else just wields it as a gun. Which means, yes, you can experience the joy of having George Washington use a fire flower to mow down his foes. The final Mario item worth covering is Yoshi, who, like any steed, can be ridden and controlled by the player. Yoshi is a real one, and if the player chooses to square up with anyone, Yoshi will fight for them. He'll also sometimes randomly lay an egg, and you can throw it like you're playing a very, very shoddy remake of Yoshi's Island. Moving on to the Zelda side, we of course have the titular princess, who behaves very similar to Peach, and Link himself. Ironically, while Link can be known to be a comically silent protagonist, he's one of the only characters that actually got his voice grunting from his games ported over, making him one of the most talkative Nintendo characters in Scribblenauts. Also really cute is that when you give him an item, he'll hold it up the same way in the games, the same way your kid would proudly show you their slightly above average third grade art project. Won't be showing anything for long though, because once again, if you spawn in Ganon or Ganondorf, they will both show up and give a curb stomp battle in Ganon's favor. The Master Sword will even the tides, but it's still weird how this game just really undermines its protagonists. Like, I'm starting to think the heroes are not that special, and it's really just the stuff around them that does the real work. Well, as you can see, most of the content is based on Wind Waker. You can summon the Ocarina of Time. If you choose to play its music, it'll actually summon Epona. Unlike Yoshi though, Epona is much more tricky. While Link can go ahead and ride her, you do not have the option to ride Epona. Instead, you just kinda have to stand there while Link gets to go and have all the fun. The more Ocarina content is Sheik, who is actually stronger than Link. You also got the Gorons, who can eat rocks, and they will eat any rocks you spit out at them. Seriously, nuclear warhead rock down in one gulp. They could have saved Chernobyl. The Zelda series also got a couple fun sound effects in. If you summon Navi, she'll actually do her I like her implementation in this game a lot more, because you can just do this. Similarly, if you grab the Triforce, it'll make the Zelda item get jingle. Though, am I the only one that thinks it's a little small? Usually in the Zelda games, characters have to do that big, wide, two-arm, oh my god, I got it pose to hold the Triforce. Versus you could put this in the cargo shorts of the cargo short Triforce shirt combo, so both clothing items are on theme. We've also got the signature weapons. As I alluded to, the Master Sword is in the game and is more powerful than a regular sword. Also more powerful than a gun, so if you do bring a sword to a gunfight, I think you'll be okay. Hylian Shield is also a step up from regular shields. Regular shields will occupy your hands fully, but you can actually hold the Hylian Shield and another item. Finally, you can capitalize on Breath of the Wild's techno-futurist vision by giving yourself a rocket launcher while you have the Hylian Shield. The hookshot is in as well, and you can use it either as a grapple, like in the games, or as a makeshift kitty tether rope to drag people around. And to round off our look at the list, if there is light, there is darkness. In non-dramatic terms, you can summon Dark Link, and he does the same things that Link does, but like he'll fight good guys instead of bad guys. You know, watching this, I'm sure there's some kind of metaphor here. I'll leave you that to think on. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy watching Nintendo or Scribblenauts content, or if you just feel like being a nice person, then feel free to like and subscribe, or you can go ahead and check me out on Twitch.